You know it's a wonderful idea when step number 1 involves beating the game on difficulty 5 just to unlock the demon. But I've seen some people do some really cool builds with this thing lately, so I wanted to give it a try myself. The interesting part, 50% of your materials are converted into maximum HP at the end of each wave. We also use that HP to buy items instead of materials. As crazy as that sounds, that's actually going to work out wonderfully for us today because we can use the Ghost Scepter. We get +1 max HP for every 20 enemies killed during a wave. I'm probably going to be really sick of this idea by the end of the day, but we're going to get it. We're also playing on difficulty 4 because we need elites to appear. They drop items and I'm really a fan of that. A few minor upgrades later, we're jumping into wave 29 where I'm hopefully just going to hold still in the middle for a second and annihilate everything. My plans at annihilation have failed. Wave 29 was the end of me. While wave 29 is respectable, we can do better, and I've got a much better idea how to do this now. Right away, we start taking things like max HP, and then we need to get more Ghost Scepters right away. We need to get really lucky and get Ghost Scepters. And basically anything else we can get that's going to give us a boost, because all we're doing is sacrificing our HP that we don't really need right now. This is a good start. We already have 4 of them. Okay, make that 5. We'll also take an XP gain. Now, with a little bit of money, we can start to buy anything else that might actually help, which isn't really anything here. But I'm going to do something particularly risky at this point. I'm going to combine those two, and I'm going to combine those two. That way we have one that's harder hitting, and he only needs 16 enemies killed for a boost. I'm not entirely convinced that was a good idea. I might have just thrown the run, and this was a really lucky start. But sometimes you just gotta take really stupid risks and hope that it pays off. We're still gonna need more Ghost Scepters anyway. We can't survive for very many waves with only 2 weapons. It's just not gonna happen. So hopefully we'll just keep attacking and get a little bit more max HP out of somewhere. I don't love any of these. Money is only going to be used for rerolls here. Max HP, that's going to turn into more upgrades here. Range is actually quite good. I'm going to take that. We need attack speed. We need Ghost Scepters. Okay, there's another Ghost Scepter, so this is actually paying off. We could take max HP. That basically gives us more money for more upgrades. Another Ghost Scepter. Okay, this is good. 3 max HP, start the next wave with 1 HP. That's fine, because we're playing on the edge of death at all times anyways. 3 max HP, 2 HP, yep, that's going to be good because that's an investment in the future. So we're at 1 HP right now, but as soon as we kill a few idiots and get our max HP up, our bottom HP will follow suit, if that makes any sense at all. The Ghost Scepters aren't notorious for hitting super hard, so what we're going to have to do is increase our attack speed to they're basically firing a laser. I also need to stay right up close to the enemies, so we're hitting as many of them as possible at any one time. I need all of these killing as many things for that max HP. But that puts us back up to 21 HP in total. And there's 10% attack speed, which is badly needed. Range damage is also quite nice. There's another Ghost Scepter, so we're getting the luck we need. There's another Ghost Scepter. Dodge and armor are also nice. Dodge should hopefully eventually turn into better things. I'm actually going to combine more of these, so we got 2 purples already. And I'm going to take a bit of a risk and re-roll. There's another Ghost Scepter anyway, so that's perfect. This one is also nice because the piercing is important too. Every time these fire, they could potentially kill 2 enemies instead of 1. Okay, we're getting all sorts of lucky here. We're going to combine those into a tier 2. We're going to buy another tier 2 Ghost Scepter. I think I'm actually going to combine these again. We got 3 tier 3s already. We're in wave 3. And this will actually knock the price of things down, so we use less max HP for our upgrades. Given what I've seen and tried so far, this is a really lucky good start. So I'm going to be try and be careful to make wise decisions moving forward. We got to keep adding damage and attack speed and of course Ghost Scepters, but this is looking incredible. A bit of movement speed might not be the worst idea, so we can stay close to the idiots at all times. If we're too far away, we won't be able to kill them. If we can't kill them, we can't get HP and therefore upgrades. Head injury. 6% damage, we lose range. We'll put range back on later. We'll take harvesting because we don't need that damage anyway. Range damage is fine. I think attack speed is actually better. There's another Ghost Scepter. Let's take stock of what's actually helping us so far. So the base level ones haven't actually given us any boosts yet, so we're going to stop ourselves from having any base level ones. I'm actually going to do something risky here and combine it into a tier 4. This only needs to kill 12 enemies though to get its upgrade. So I think that's going to be the biggest boost for us, while still buying some more of these. This is a really good one. Plus 2 range damage, plus 10% attack speed. I need these attacking very quickly. There's another Ghost Scepter. That's going to put us down to 3 HP, but we'll get away with this. Because we don't have to kill that many idiots to get our HP going back up again, especially when they're spawning in this quickly. These early waves are great. We can just feast on these guys. So basically now we just stack as much HP as we can because we just want to use our HP every single round to try and buy as many upgrades as possible. We're only on wave 5, but so far this is looking really strong. So we need like 10,000% attack speed plus all the damage in the world. Was hoping for more enemies that time. I'm actually disappointed at the lack of them. Do we want lifesteal? I don't know if lifesteal matters. I guess we'll take it anyway. It's a free upgrade basically. We're just going to take some range damage, attack speed. There's another Ghost Scepter. We'll take a little bit of luck. We need some higher tier items eventually. 8% chance to heal 1 HP when picking up a thing. Yeah, we lose just a touch of damage on that one. That's okay. This is a nice one to find early on. 5% dodge. 50% chance to heal 5 HP when dodging an attack. So we have a 35% dodge chance already. If I combine it with that, nope, I don't want to buy that. What I do want to buy is a Ghost Scepter. That gives us another tier 2 Ghost Scepter. These low level ones aren't doing a lot for us. This one's already gained us 8 max HP because it's a strong one. I do kind of want the extra XP gain. We're going to lock that. There's another Ghost Scepter we are going to take, and then we're going to re-roll. There's another Ghost Scepter we'll buy next round. So luck is really, really on my side. So the pressure's on me not to do anything stupid and throw it. Obviously, the goal is to get 6 tier 4 red Ghost Scepters because they'll be doing tons of damage and they'll be giving us tons of max HP. They only need to kill 12 idiots for the boost. But also importantly, very importantly, we're making the waves look very easy so far. These are giving us basically no trouble at all. I don't love any of these. We'll just take some attack speed. Now we definitely want the Ghost Scepter. I'm actually going to combine those. Tier 2s are no good for me. We're going to take a little bit of XP gain. We got 13 HP left. And wouldn't you know it, another Ghost Scepter. We're down to 4 HP, so I'm going to hold on to Insanity. We're going to re-roll a few times. There we go. So next round, we're going to get, wow, Ghost Scepters galore. Plus 1 HP, we're going to re-roll that. I'm not going to re-roll anymore, that's getting inefficient. We're on wave 7, and look at all our Ghost Scepters so far. So we just need to be sure to give them lots of attack speed and we'll be cruising. Ricochet and Pierce are also really, really important for this build as I've found out so far. So we're going to stack that as soon as we can as well. I'm liking this damage, so I'm going to combine up probably next round too. We clearly don't necessarily need this many scepters, so that's sort of just diluting our max HP bonuses. Wave 7 is done. And don't really want any of that. I'll just take straight up attack speed and then we'll take range damage. I'm not entirely convinced that was the right choice, but it was a choice we made. There's another tier 4. There's another tier 3. We're going to combine those. So we have 2 tier 4s already on wave 7. Their crits do double damage, so we're actually going to add a bit of crit chance, and crit can also be a good thing for us later. I definitely want range and speed. Range just means we could be hitting idiots from basically anywhere. Luck and dodge are also going to be huge for us. We're already at 40% dodge. We got 20 luck, and that's just going to mean we find a lot more items along the way. There is more Ghost Scepter, so I'm actually going to buy both of those because those are going to roll up very nicely next turn. I'm not going to re-roll because we're out of HP anyway. Okay, we're on wave 8. We're getting the big guys. They will kill us if they hit us right now. Luckily, we can kill them first because we got lots of damage. This wave isn't good because there's not going to be a ton of enemies for us to kill and therefore less bonuses for us to potentially gain. And this is on a higher difficulty, so I believe enemies should be a lot tougher and maybe even quicker. Luckily, I've had an enormous amount of coffee so far, so we should be able to pretty much predict the future. I'm seeing their movements before they even happen at this point. At the end of the way, we're starting to get more of the little idiots filling things out, so we'll just feast on them and get all sorts of... We still actually did really good HP-wise. We still need to gather materials too. Every 13 materials we get gives us an extra HP at the end of the wave too. I'll take ranged damage, though I would much rather have other things. Max HP will also work. So Ghost Scepter 2, Ghost Scepter 1, we combine those two, so we got 2 tier 3s and 3 tier 4s. The tier 3s aren't really getting us much bonus, but they are still helping to kill. The Chameleon's good, that gives us dodge, and dodge when we're holding still. We lose some damage, but we don't necessarily need a ton right now. Okay, we're going to take ranged damage and attack speed for sure. Armor and dodge. We want max dodge for sure. That's really expensive to buy, but we're going to do it anyway. We're getting so lucky with the Ghost Scepters. This is wave 9 now, so we're feeling pretty good about what we've got going on. We do have only 3 HP, but that's because it's an investment in the future. That's like spending all my money on coffee now. Then I'm broke, but then I know that coffee is going to give me energy to hopefully make more money. This wave is really good for us though. There's a ton of small enemies that die very quickly, so we can just feast on them. So much HP for us. If we had even 1 Ricochet, every one of these bullets would be hitting potentially 3 people. So that would be crazy good. So as soon as we get Ricochet, we'll take it. But wow, we are feasting on this wave. I'm actually like diving straight into the center of the masses just because I'm so greedy for those kills now. Definitely not taking that 1 damage per second. We'd start the next wave with 2 health and die. Tempting to take a bit of luck, but we need things more like max HP. Attack speed would also be nice. How is our regular speed? I'm going to take 5% attack speed, believe it or not. Then we're going to take another one of those. We're going to add some range for sure. We still got 63 HP. Suddenly we're absolutely killing it. This is definitely a good one. 10% attack speed, 5% crit chance, and range. We don't need HP regeneration. We are HP regeneration. We'll take a little bit of range damage and sacrifice some speed. There's a fist level 4. But your mom's not here, so we're not particularly interested in that. The Ghost Scepter tier 3 we are. We still got 46 HP left over. This is getting absurd, so we could definitely take armor and dodge. That's really expensive for us, but armor and dodge is an obvious choice. One free reroll in the shop is actually a big one because these get expensive quickly. Extra explosion size will actually always take. Ghost Scepter 2 turns into Ghost Scepter 3. Plus we get a free reroll. There's a Ghost Scepter 2, so we're going to combine. We got 5 tier 4 Ghost Scepters already. I didn't even think that was possible. So we'll take another tier 2 at the bottom just to be sure we're getting a little bit of damage out there. We're going to take a little bit of extra damage. I guess this one's good. We'll lose a bit of damage, but we get potentially extra materials. Luck is a big one. And we rely a lot on luck, so I'm actually going to spend 5 more health there. We're going to lock this one because that's expensive. But we don't need to worry because we've got tier 4 Ghost Scepters, so we got a lot of them. So we're going to get an absolute boatload of HP every single round now. And if we get lucky, we'll get a few items that further enhance that. We're going to start fighting elites soon, so we need to be able to kill them. But I think we're going to have it under control. The end of the waves actually feel better because they really start to spawn the enemies heavy, and that's exactly what we want because that is so much HP for us. Enemies are starting to get a little bit around us, starting to get a slight claustrophobic feeling, so that means we probably need a little bit more damage and or attack speed. Or we just need to sit closer and attack them more. That might also be the problem. But we're getting tons of materials too, so we're going to get big boost to HP. Spawn more trees? That's not going to hurt anything at all. Don't love any of those. The range isn't bad, but we're going to hope for better attack speed all the way. I'm going to take this because it has speed, armor, max HP, damage. We lose crit chance, but I think we can put that back on. Obviously, we're going to take armor and dodge again. We lose max HP, but we can put that back on. Our dodge is already over max. There's another tier 2 Ghost Scepter, so now we have a tier 3 at worst. Our best ones have already gotten us 32 extra HP. 10% damage and 4% attack speed. Yeah, actually, we need that. Our damage is starting to hurt a little bit. 25% explosion size. Yes, you never know when you're going to need a good explosion. Knockback is probably not what we want. I want the idiots to stay closer to me for now. This is one of the big ones we're looking for, and we found it already. Projectiles pierce through one additional target. We lose 10% damage, but our bullets can hit 3 enemies now. 1 bullet can hit 3. And that helps for when things get really thick, and things are gonna get thick fast. I think I just walked into a projectile and that literally took off half of my HP, so I do still need to be careful. We're spending our HP every round. Without that, we'd have a lot of HP, but we'd be doing a lot less damage at the same time, so we always gotta walk that fine line. But on assessment, we're doing very, very good, and I really, it would be hard to build a better run than this if I had a choice of what we're getting. I guess we'll take this, because I don't really care for the harvesting right now anyway. 50% attack speed will take all day long. And then another 10% attack speed, so our attack speed is up to 96% already, so we're getting lots of bullets out. This might sound stupid, but I'm actually going to add a bunch of dodge, especially when we're standing still. We're going to lose a bit more damage, so we really need to work to put damage back on. Well, there's another tier 3 Ghost Scepter, so we now have 6 tier 4 Ghost Scepters at wave 11, which is ridiculous. 25% damage against bosses and elites, that's a big one. I think we're coming up on wave 12 where we're going to have an elite, so I don't want to spend too much of my HP on this one, just in case. But there's range and attack speed. So I'm going to lock the metal detector. We're going to start this wave, and we're going to see if the boss is going to be able to hurt us or not. I was told there would be an elite this wave, and we're not seeing an elite. I want the elite because if we kill him, we get a tier 4 item, and tier 4 items are going to be very, very good for us. Well, I would have spent more of my HP if I had known the wave was actually going to be this easy. Wow, enemies are actually getting a little bit close to us. We need more damage and attack rate. This isn't that bad, but they're getting closer than I would like. Suddenly things are just much stronger. Maybe that's what it meant by elite. It was just a stronger wave overall. This is a lot of idiots, but this is also an absolute feast for us, especially with our piercing. If we can get a ricochet as well, this will be incredibly strong. Yeah, we're just melting these things. 10% crit chance? Yes, I will take that. So that was 86 max HP. Look at all our negative stats we're getting. Damage bothers me. So we're going to take that. I'm actually not going to take that. We need damage on before I start taking damage off. Well, there's range damage. That kind of works like damage, but even if we have our range damage down here, our negative damage up here takes away from it. There we go. 10% damage. We lose attack speed. That's okay. We just got to get some damage. There we go. 20% damage, 1 armor. 2% damage when you take damage until the end of a wave. That's an easy trade-off. Then let's take off a little more crit chance for more damage, armor, speed, etc. Our armor is important too. We take 30% less damage. Oh, it says a horde will appear on wave 14. This would be an elite. That will drop an item, the horde won't, which is sad. That's what we just fought. And that's why it seemed like such a hard wave suddenly. It was just a horde instead of an elite that would drop us a precious item. This is a regular wave, and that's why it melts. Gonna need to start making some money too. We can't even spend all of our HP at this point before we run out of money for rerolls. The damage of the Ghost Scepters is at 52. We have 6 of the same things, so we don't need to check them all. That wave is done. I kind of want to keep the crit chance for now. That one we will take. We lose damage again, but we can put damage back on somewhere. We'll take 9% crit chance here. I know I keep saying we'll put damage on and then I ignore it, but we'll get to that eventually. For now, we're going to take another 20 luck because that's actually been doing well for us. I'll take another 8 dodge because eventually I'm pretty sure that's going to turn into attack speed. This is going to give us more luck. We don't necessarily want more enemies at this rate. I feel like that would tip us over into the bad place. What I do simply want is things that are going to give me lots and lots of damage. This is pretty good because 2 of those benefit us. Raw damage, we're still sort of lacking. Okay, there we go. 10% damage. Now we got 20% damage bonus and our attack speed's at 108 already. This is wave 14, so this will be a horde, so this will just be annoying. We'll get lots of HP, but we will get a tier 4 item out of it. But we do need to be a little bit careful because this wave does have the potential to defeat us. Lot of idiots coming at us so far, but we got so much dodge anyway, I could probably mostly just hold still and just once in a while dodge the bullets. It feels like we have explosives, but we don't. I looked away for a sec, we did get hit by something that hit us pretty hard, so we do still need to be careful. We absolutely can die, but we can also absolutely feast on a level like this. 12% damage all day long. Plus 15% piercing damage, absolutely. There's my beloved minigun. We can't use that though. We'll take 3 HP regeneration. We lose some lifesteal, but I don't think we care about lifesteal. Spawn a little bot that slows down nearby enemies? Sure, why not? I obviously don't want to cap our max HP. I'm pretty sure that would be quite limiting to our run. Hitting an enemy removes their speed. That could actually be good for bosses because they get quite quick. We'll take lifesteal over harvesting, and we're out of money again already. Wave 15 was laughably easy. We are absolutely wrecking everything and just stacking up that HP. We find a lot of these, which is actually good for us in a lot of ways. We just need crit chance back on to make sure we're making up for that. 20% attack speed. I haven't done that once all day today, so things are finally turning in my favor. On top of that, 12% damage, and now we're feeling good about things. We'll take a little bit more armor. Plus 1% damage for every permanent 1% speed you have. Yeah, I think that's a good trade-off. If we stack speed, we'll add damage. Seems like a win-win to me. 12% damage for 12% range we'll take. We can put range back on pretty easy. We already have one of those. Not sure we need another one. There's another minigun. We could buy this. It's basically free at this point. We still have 170 HP, so we're going to be all right. The end of wave 16, we're definitely going to take something like this because we've already saved 279 HP. That knocks prices down a lot. This is also a really good one. 100% chance to instantly attract a material when it's dropped. That's going to do very well for us. I will say our explosion size has got to be enormous by now, even though we don't have any explosives. Actually, it's only 75%. I thought it would be more. Anyways, it's wave 17, so we're fighting an elite. His HP is dropping quite quickly. We got enough range we can sit outside of his zone, and he's dead. There's our tier 4 item though. That's maybe the one place we could have actually gotten luckier on this run is if we bought 2 of those instead of hordes earlier. We could have 2 more tier 4 items by now that might have made us like way stronger than we even are. Well, that's definitely not the best item we could have gotten, but it's not terrible. We lose dodge, which we have over max anyway. We lose harvesting. We basically get 18% damage, which we'll take. We keep eating up our range though, also to add more damage, which is maybe going to be okay. This is doing 113 damage and it fires basically 3 times a second. And the bullets pierce several times, so each one of those bullets, it's firing like 9 times a second, I believe at this point, or it hits 9 enemies per second. Even the big purple goopy pyramids die in an instant right now, so our damage is doing very well. We'll hopefully just continue escalating things at an extraordinary rate. Coming up on wave 20, we found night goggles, 15% crit chance, 50 range, so basically a sniper. Our crit chance is now 47%. Here's another bandana, so our projectiles are going to go through another target. 25% damage against bosses and elites. We're getting really lucky on this one. So then we'll see how we're doing against the boss. So far, looks like we're going to be okay. He is down to 20% HP and he's dead. So for our effort for killing the boss, we got something that doesn't really help us at all, so we're going to recycle that. Wave 21, we are supposed to be getting an elite appearing. In fact, we get 2 of them. One is dead, and the second one is also dead. They didn't drop better items, but they drop basic items, and I'll take that. With our luck, that could be tier 4s. Wave 23, we're at just about a 100% crit chance. That's why we're seeing all the yellow shots, standing for 286 damage. So our DPS is maybe into the tens of thousands at this point, but it's obviously very high because we're melting difficulty 4 wave 23. Here's one I've been looking for a long time. Plus 2% attack speed for every 1% dodge you have. That's going to give us 200% attack speed on top of our already 167. We lose 80 range, but that only leaves us with 134. Attack speed 367, so that's going to feel pretty good. So these now fire over 5 times per second for about 300 damage. So each one of those is 1500 damage per second times I think the 3 piercings. So yeah, obviously colossal amounts of damage. That's why everything evaporates. This is also another colossal boost. Your projectile bounces 1 time. We lose 25% damage, but we add that right back on here anyway, so our projectiles just bounce 1 time. Wave 25, we're going to fight an elite, but to emphasize the projectile bouncing, I can just channel all my shots through the elite now. They're already dead, and the ricochets go hit everyone else. So I'm pretty sure at this point I can literally sit in the middle of the map and everything's going to die. I don't need to try anymore. Aside from collecting the occasional crate, I can just sit right here and everything's going to die. And we circled back around on this item again. Plus 2 luck for every 1% crit chance you have. So that's going to add 188 luck. On top of my already 168 luck, 356 luck. So we'll hopefully find some pretty rare items. One thing we definitely did need is an extra 20% damage. Wave 27, so we're going to fight some more elites. That one's dead and that one's dead. We're just getting stronger as this goes on. I also haven't actually looked at my HP in a while, and I realized there I was down to like 50 HP. Which was actually really dangerous. This is one we could have used a long time ago that would have been extraordinarily strong. 1 max HP when picking up a healing item while at max HP, so we could have got 10 HP per round. The only way I think I'm going to die at this point is by not paying attention and dropping myself low on HP and then walking into something right away. Aside from that, I think I'm invincible for a while. This costs 25 HP, but it's worth it. 20% dodge equals 40% attack speed, plus we get lifesteal, which is probably helpful. Wave 30 is an infamous wave because the bosses show up, potentially 3 of them. We might have already killed one. I didn't really see what that was, but we made it look that easy. And we're still only going to get stronger. Especially when we're finding things like an extra pierce, more speed and dodge. That's damage and attack speed indirectly. That's also more attack speed. That's straight up damage. Let's try the level 32 elites. That one's melted. That one's melted. And there's one more out there. He's also melted. Coming up to wave 36, we have another ricochet. We lose 25% damage. We can afford it, but we also gain 30% damage here because we lose 3% attack speed for every different weapon we have. We've only got 1 weapon. Also, the magical leaf, 3 max HP at the end of a wave, regeneration and lifesteal as well. I've saved up a little bit of HP so I could buy another ricochet for 50 max HP and the medal. Because we're coming up on wave 40 and that means we're going to have another boss fight, and the bosses are going to be getting pretty stupidly strong at this point. They get exponentially stronger every 10 levels. Like the fact that they're not instantly evaporating at this point is pretty telling, so we're still going to need more damage. We do have a lot of ricochets at this point and penetrations. I'm not really sure what the numbers are offhand, but obviously if they're not a boss, they're in trouble. I thought the round ended, but I think I actually died there because I was not paying attention. Seems to be a recurring theme, but that was a ridiculously strong build, and that would have gone on for a long time.